Can you tell us a little bit more about FFFW Fresh Rail? It's a mouthful. What is the company doing?
Yeah, actually, basically we are, we will change the name to freshrail.eu on a short notice.
That's good for me.
It's better for you.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe Fred, you can tell a bit about it.
Yeah, and a bit of the history probably.
Yep.
Actually, everything started in 2013 when I was asked by Bakker Barendrecht, is the main buyer for the biggest supermarket in Holland, was asked to join a new project for finding a solution, a sustainable solution, and something that could replace road transportation.
Yeah.
And the meaning was the biggest fresh flow in Europe is Spain, Holland.
Okay.
So we looked to this flow to see if we could find a good solution by rail, especially.
Yeah.
And
which products are you talking about?
Actually, all the fresh products as fruit and vegetables. And Spain is probably the main exporters of fruit and vegetables in Europe.
Oranges.
Oranges in the winter, melon in the summer, peaches in the summer, and everything actually what we eat almost is coming in the winter. From Spain, and fruit in the summer from Spain.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
And it all began in that period, and later it became Courier. Actually, that was the project name later. And in 2019, we started with first rail train, 3 trains per week, only with reefer containers between Valencia and Rotterdam.
Yeah.
And 1 year later, we started to add also London and Köln to the service.
All right. And how was this received by the market?
Actually, very good. And to be honest, it's depending on the customers, because at the end, the real customer, the deciding customer is the retailer, the supermarket. So you see that the supermarket that are the farthest in distance from Spain are the one most interested in such a train.
And why do you think that is?
Different reasons, but for example, Scandinavia is more busy thinking in a better environment and CO2 reduction, more than actually, to be honest, in Holland and in Germany.
Yeah.
There are also in Holland, of course, but in Scandinavia there are just more convinced.
Yeah, and is that the main reason for people to take the train rather than a truck?
Sure. The main reason is the sustainability.
Yeah.
You have to think that by rail from for example, Valencia to Rotterdam, you spare about 90% of CO2, and that's a huge amount.
Yeah.
And actually, the easiest way for a company, a shipper, a big shipper, to reduce his carbon footprint.
Yeah, and in Spain, countries more south in Europe, how do they feel about the sustainability?
They are not against, because within our customer we have also producers from Spain, and because sometimes transport is organized by the producer, sometimes by the retailer. And what you see is the producers, okay, they want it, but at the end it's the retailer that has to decide.
Right, yeah. But yet, the train was very successful.
Yes,
yeah.
And still is. And at the end, what happened is that one of the biggest retailers in Scandinavia asked, when I was in a former employer, asked us to find a solution, a full rail solution to Scandinavia. And this is the moment that last year I asked Mark Remy and Fast Forward to help us to find a solution to give this service still, because till that moment we could arrive to Holland and to Köln, but not to Scandinavia.
But wait, fast forward, Mark Remy, what were you doing at that time?
Yeah, we were trying to set up a company for fresh cargo on rail, and we helped Courier to extend the business. So Courier and Fresh Rail, huh? So
now I understand the name, yes.
It's maybe a bit confusing, but we are separate companies, but cooperating together. And basically we are the extension of the whole Courier thing. So basically what we try to develop is everything beyond the bridge from Spain.
Right.
to start with.
Yeah.
So that means that from Rotterdam we will bridge to Poland. We will talk about Poland later. We will bridge to Scandinavia. We will bridge to Germany. And what we do is we make it happen that it continues on rail as much as possible, but we are not afraid to also use other means of transport like short sea and trucking. But we go to the retailers and say rail is the product, the main product.
Right. Yeah, because if you say the main product, in which to which extent do we have to look at short sea services, and when and why?
What you see, it's a contingency question. The thing with rail is that normally everybody looks from station to station, but the fruit is not at the station and the supermarket is not at the station. And supermarkets don't really care about station to station, they want door to door.
Yeah.
And sometimes on certain days rail is not good enough, then we take the boat.
Yeah. And you said a full rail solution to Scandinavia, so that was door to door?
Sure. Yeah.
How does that work? Because in the end, it has to reach the supermarket.
Yes. So we had already some trains arriving in till Oslo. That was some weeks ago. We had the first containers there. And actually, what we did was rail with Koerail to Köln, and from Köln we rail to Oslo.
Yeah.
But actually, we are looking to something more sustainable, and in the meaning also on a longer term. We are thinking to create a big hub in Rotterdam, so that we can consolidate a lot of transport flows, and then at the end goes to Scandinavia or, of course, Poland.
Yeah, interesting. And what are the hurdles you're facing in order to expand to the rest of Europe?
I think the problem with rail in general is that it does not have the focus on the quality we need. So it's built for lower value products. And you see it in the timetables, you see it in the days that trains leave. So most of the time that's not optimal. And what we will do is we will bend it or make it in such a way that it can work.
Yeah, there's that lack of flexibility everybody's talking about.
No, it's not that it's inflexible, but it's another system. And it's inflexible if you look from station to station. But the way we approach it, if we miss the train, last time, a week ago, we missed the train. Then we truck it. So in the end, and then we catch up the train somewhere on the way. So the client still made it on rail.
Yeah.
And it was on time. So, yeah.
But how easy is it to then take that decision that we missed the train, we have to have a truck?
That's experience.
Yeah.
Experience and know how it works. And I think a lot of people who are used to truck and barge, they don't know how it works.
No.
But we have it in our DNA. So that's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you also mentioned that you, when expanding to Scandinavia, you were... It must be a customer.
Yeah.
If it's a customer, pick up.
No.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So you said that when going to Scandinavia, you were having this issue that the existing service doesn't have optimal departure times.
Yes, and at the end what we do now is we turn it around. We speak with our customers and we decide how to build the system. A customer has some specific needs. For example, in Oslo, they want to have delivery between 12 night and 4 o'clock in the morning. So it doesn't fit with the rail schedules now. So we create a schedule fitting to that. So that means that the train has to arrive in Oslo in the evening of that day. But that's something that's totally different perspective how it works now.
Yeah. Now, you both have the experience, and when I talk to you, I think you can do it. But do you need other partners when you want to go to other countries?
Basically, yes, you need. But we are open for partnerships. This is not something you can do alone. All by itself, this market is bigger than the complete railway market itself for rail freight. So, if you want to change this, you need to cooperate. And so that's why we cooperate in this Koerail team. And we also cooperate with other railways in order to get to Oslo. We have 2 other parties on top, in order to get to Poland, we have completely different partners, but we are like the control tower for that.
Yeah.
So,
and when speaking of Poland, do you already have a partnership there?
we are working on it. So it's very close, and I think we are very close, if I may say so, Fred, to starting the first shipments there.
Oh,
So,
okay. And when can we expect that?
Next month, I think.
Really? And which place to Poland?
Probably in the beginning Poznan, I guess, and later on, depending on something that could be happened, brighter to Gliwice or this Krakow, this part of Poland.
Yeah.